Day 1, Tokyo! We're actually going to Kyoto today, so stick with us. What a blessed experience we had. We just came out of a temple, did a Japanese ceremony. It was just wonderful, beautiful. So we made it to the Shinkansen, one of the fastest trains in the world, going over 280 kilometers or something. It's gonna be very fast, and we're going to Kyoto because tomorrow is gonna be the next All Shift Happily Now contact event.
As you already know, with All Shift Happily Now we stand for connecting worlds gently and actively. We're currently testing a spiritual technology from 1910 in order to send messages into space and receive messages back from extraterrestrial sources. So let's be surprised by what speaks to us this time. For our contact event with the Japanese community, we are joined by our All Shift Happily Now speakers Eric and Nochi. Sarah Zula also joined in. She didn't want to miss it for anything.
So if you keep watching this video, we will show you all the messages that come through, and hopefully we can read them, because it's the first time that we ever do that with a different set of characters. Different alphabet. It's the first time. Usually we have characters, Roman characters, which is the stuff that people use for the English language. This time we have, well, Chinese letters as the Japanese use. So let's see, but I'm very, very positive because consciousness is unlimited. We made it to Kyoto train station, a main station. First stop for the All Shift Happily Now contact event. Tomorrow we're gonna have a nice event. Okay, Sarah, we are in Japan, in Kyoto, Japan, and we are at a sushi store. Yeah, if anyone in the community knows what this type of leaf is, let us know in the comments, because we're trying to figure it out. And we are here in the backstage room with some beautiful people. Everyone has their kimonos on, which is the traditional robe that they wear in Japan in order to respect their culture. So for the very first time, we made contact in a non-English speaking environment with different characters. It's going to be very, very interesting, and hopefully some really, really interesting ET and non-human intelligences will speak to us. Who has the heart symbol on their postcard? Yes, we have one! Welcome, welcome, welcome! First of all, my name is Tim. So the idea of contacting ETs and beings outside of this dimension and reality goes very, very far back, over 100 years in Europe. The Germans were one of the first who thought, oh, there might be life outside of this reality. We have fantastic messages. It's all unscripted. We only use a mantra in order to dial in that we want to talk to friendly beings. It's very, very rare that humans contact beings from another dimension or reality. And in order to get prepared for that, Nochi and Eric are going to activate your third eye so that we are in full power for this device and for this ritual. All together, 3 times. Shift Happily Now.
One fun event later.
Has had some amazing experiences that you'll get to hear about.
We actually had contact with dragon energies, which they told us to activate this on the planet. Here's what it's about.
The messages we received identified themselves as a whitish blue-scaled dragon spirit. We didn't know that the nearby canyon Jin in Kyoto was praying for 800 years to an ancient guardian with its ceilings painted with 2 giant dragons. The name for the dragons that I read from the device was Iwasa, which means the one who thrones in formation of stones. We learned all of this later. Dragons in the Japanese mythology are protectors of the divine message. That is why Iwasa told us when anyone in the All-Ship Happily Now community wants protection, we can call them in by saying their name and using a tone. The message of this powerful guardian was that the time to reawake the dragon protectors for this world has come. When many people meditate together, we can shift our reality. So subscribe to All-Ship Happily Now. And right after this wonderful first contact event, Nochi wanted to show us a very special sushi place. So since we were in Japan, we did that.
Hi!
The next morning in Kyoto we started with the matcha.
We made it to this beautiful temple here, which is actually very, very famous.
In temples and sacred sites around the world, there's historical traditions to purify the mind, the body, and the soul before entering. Here, they're using water to purify the soul, the mind, and the spirit before entering in. First, you wash the left hand, then the right hand, then you use the left hand to wash the mouth. Now, historically, they would drink the water, but now they recommend not to.
Every single one of these gates is designed in such a way that it makes the experience of going between one layer of reality to the next layer of reality. You move in between frames. It is the way that our universe is built up, which time is built up, which means picture after picture after picture. And you're supposed to go through these gates in a meditative way to go through one experience to the next experience.
Now, when we walked up here, the monks were gathered in the center of the area. Now, imagine that that's the shrine right there. As soon as I stepped up to the shrine and closed my eyes, the monks started chanting and singing. I just started hysterically crying in gratitude and awe.
Konnichiwa, everyone! Thank you for letting me come to Japan. I'm very, very honored. So today we are going to talk about the psychic effects. We call that psionics, the psychic waves. There is a long, long history where people were like, oh, we can use this. We don't want anyone else to know. So for hundreds of years, they tried to make that a big secret. And it still is a big secret for millions of people out there. When your phone rings, you already know, oh, this is my friend. 4 a.m. in the morning, she's sleeping. I'm not expecting her to answer me. 3 seconds later, she's on WhatsApp and she's like, I just woke up. I knew you were texting me.
With support from Eric and Nochi, I taught them how to remote view, and about 76% of the whole class got the desired building right with the first try. It's pretty amazing. The third event was in the same room, and we used the All-Ship Happily Now contact device once more, and we received a message from a species that described themselves shimmering in multicolors in the sun, and very similar to an animal we have on Earth. But what could it be, we immediately thought. It was kind of embarrassing because we really couldn't figure out what animal they could resemble. On planet Earth, there are about 7 billion humans, 100 billion lizards, but 250 trillion insects and 40 million donkeys. The species that our contact resembles were praying mantis. They told us that they are somewhere on a ship close to the planet, observing, not sure if they ever interfere. Sometimes they walk around Earth in disguise, they said. However, they were offering to appear in our dreams to answer questions. They said they are psychically extremely developed. They encouraged us to ask a question before bedtime and hear their answer in your dreams. Let us know in the comments if you had contact to a praying mantis before. And with this, our Japan adventure comes to completion. We met some amazing friendly souls here. We had paranormal spiritual experiences here, fantastic moments. We were enriched by messages not from this dimension. But equally, we were stunned by the politeness, the beauty, and the fun of the Japanese culture. And this is how we say matakonene to Japan, but we are coming back next year. We are building the world's largest psionic network around the globe to lift up this reality field. Join us at www.allshifthappily.now.com.